We're late. We're late.
Oh,
We're
we got
live.
somebody
We're
in
live.
there.
We're late. We're running.
Reese's Bike Shop. What are coming? Let me type in there.
We were all just joking around and trying to figure out. And we were talking about nuts or nut rivet nuts or whatever you want to call them. So, but anyway, how's
Okay.
everybody doing out there? Welcome to
Welcome to the show.
It's another lovely Friday. Actually, it's not bad. Our temperatures are finally starting to come back up. Somebody must have remembered to close that refrigerator door.
Up north.
Because we're back up into the 70s to where we should be.
Yeah.
3. All right. So.
And we should be here for a while. Oh, we just lost Pat. Okay. Breezy, what's going on? Same stuff here, different day. David Collins, we're late.
Yep. Back.
I accidentally closed out the wrong tab.
Oh, it's not like it's not been done before.
I was going to say. Okay. So.
Come on.
Well, look at that. Well, Ken can get what he wants, Dad. Too.
I can't click on my tabs. Okay.
Huh?
Ken can get what he wants. Should I try and downsize the main to 3-inch?
You mean the cross main and the bulk?
The primary main. I can get the primary main down to 3-inch.
What's your friction loss running per foot on the 4-inch now?
On the riser?
No, is the cross main 4-inch or 3-inch?
Now it's 3, and we're only getting about my velocity is only 9 feet per second.
Oh, that ain't bad.
So I'm only losing about 1.6 friction loss through the whole piece of pipe, 1.6 psi, and that's at the last piece feeding the riser. So what if I take that back to 4-inch? It's going to be like a 13-pound cushion. With 2-inch lines, 2.5-inch secondary main. So, all right, if that's what Ken wants, that's what Ken gets. But now I got to redo all the calcs and everything.
Okay. Pat's doing side work again.
Not temporarily. I just want to make sure I got all these printed out for John.
Well, Ken is, I got to admit, Ken is an old family friend, so.
I'll bend over backwards for Ken.
I don't mind helping Kenny out. So.
H8, H9, so 8, 9. This is 7. That's 10. 10, 9.
Oh,
8,
we're up to 4.
7, 6, 5.
Somebody else's what? Hey, Z. Let me put the link in there.
143. Okay.
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 Yeah,
So there it is.
4. Now it's Y.
Okay.
There's the link.
So this one was due October 13th, John. Available. So I don't think this was this quarter though.
Hey, no checking homework on live show.
Available December 11th?
If we do, then we all get to see it.
Oh, December 11th, yeah.
Pat's not listening to me.
No, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to listen to the person who needs these, Dad.
I know.
Oh, is he on the phone or something?
No, he's sitting right next to me.
Oh, that's even better than on the phone.
Yeah. Even the ones from last quarter? No, October 12th.
Got 3 one-way conversations going here.
Seriously. And I only got 2 ears.
That's bad.
And one brain to process all the information coming in.
But you have 2 halves to your brain. You can handle it.
I don't know about that. Only one half is working today.
Oh, we have days like that. Friday
every day.
I don't know. This is a long weekend for you. Now you know why I always took the day before or the day after with holidays. Use one vacation day.
Okay, so that's locked.
5 days
right.
off in a row.
Yeah. So you need all of these. That's 12, 14.
I had to use 2 vacation days, Tom, because the holiday was on Wednesday.
14 pieces of paper. I was counting the pieces of paper. That's 7 worksheets.
Okay.
And then I would have taken Thursday and Friday off because I work Fridays. I don't work Mondays. So then I would have had all the way off until the following Tuesday.
That's almost a week.
Vacation days.
You have 6 days off.
7. I think it starts at module 5.
Since at
5,
that
6,
time,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
he's off Friday, so he used one vacation
Upstairs.
day, and he doesn't have to go back to work until Monday morning.
Yeah, because I wasn't gonna go to work Wednesday, or I mean take Wednesday off and then come back for Thursday, then have Friday off. So I just took Thursday and boom, I get a 5-day weekend. I'm just
You got
hoping.
another one coming up.
Huh?
You got another one coming up in 2 weeks.
Yep. And my birthday, everybody's giving me crap because I didn't take my birthday off Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday, belated.
Thank you. Early.
Oh,
17th, this coming Tuesday.
so it's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, I got good news. Thanksgiving dinner is pretty much hammered out and 90% planned. I'm staying here in town, obviously, and a group of us are going to go out to. I don't know if you have them out there. It's called K&W Cafeteria, and it's a place where they serve you. Go down a line and they serve you and go to a table. So they have them all over the place. They're just different names, you know. They have cafeterias all over the country. It's something kind of like Golden Corral, but it's not.
Yeah.
Golden Corral, you serve yourself. Well, they actually serve you.
Yeah, I've heard of K&W before.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if
I think there's some in Utah. I think there's a couple in Utah.
There are, but I heard of them too.
We did that last year, and it went off pretty well.
We were going for a while to a little place called Mimi's Cafe.
Yeah, we have one of those about 30 miles from here. There's one in Greensboro. That's a really good place.
And we'd have to make a reservation in the month of September if you wanted to get it. And so that's what I used to do. But I don't know what's going on now with the virus and stuff. So, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was around $20 a plate.
It's not bad. It's a nice.
Here's
nice
trouble. Hey, Hazy.
Hazy.
What's going on, Hazy?
Yo,
So how hot really was that pizza?
oh, it was hot.
It was?
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
Okay.
It was
All
the
right.
hottest pizza I've ever eaten. And I've made some hot pizzas. Like I've put some stuff on them myself. But for a supermarket pizza, it's not for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
It's all right. You're going to be like that. Cool.
Okay.
I've bought a few more things today. A few more hot challenges. I got a freezer full of hot challenges. I've got the Carolina Reaper curry that I've done before. They brought it out again, so I think it's going to be the same thing. But because they brought it out again, I thought I'll try it again. You know,
Okay.
because it was like 2 years ago. I've also got a roulette wheel of cheese, like cheese bites. The 3 of them are really, really hot.
But different levels of hot. So you spin the wheel and you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. It's,
All right, so I'm just going to
only
stack
3 of them.
the then.
It's the same. It's the same place, Iceland, the freezer food place, and it's this same scarily spicy chilies. You know.
Hey, Anthony, links in the chat if you want to jump up.
So yeah, I've also got some ghost pepper sausages to try.
I want to take it.
Carolina Reaper burgers.
I'm trying to print out stuff for John, and then I'm done here.
I bet those burgers are good.
It's the damn bullshit printer
Yeah,
offline
burgers would be
bullshit.
I've seen some reviews on the sausages as well, and they're supposed to be nice. I don't think they're going to be that hot. Although I've seen
But
some
I don't
people.
think the burgers would be that hot either. I could probably eat one of the burgers.
Oh, I don't know. I think the burgers are supposed to be really hot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, not the one I had from McDonald's. This is a
I'll have
Iceland
another one.
Carolina Reaper burger.
Oh.
Like if the actual burger is spicy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they actually put the Reapers in the patty.
Yeah. Whereas McDonald's just put a bit of chili sauce on top of a regular quarter pounder.
Chili on it.
You know, the funny thing is, all that hot stuff that comes out where you at, they do it at the McDonald's here in Louisiana because it's Creole country.
Hey, Dan.
But any other state, they don't have it.
Hey, T-Dub.
Crazy.
Hey, Dad.
What's going on, bro? Ooh, he's got the baby.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
Lena.
You.
Yeah.
Is that the new baby?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
God, they don't stay little for long, do they?
No, they
Look
do
at her
not.
smile. Look at that smile. Oh, now she's not so sure. She was smiling.
I got your vacuum cleaner.
David, quit scaring that baby.
Scared Jimmy C. I'm waiting on my other monitor. I'm supposed to be moving, so there's no
This is
sense
pissing me
ordering
off.
to move.
Have you figured out a place to move?
I'm looking at a place like 1 block away.
Oh, that ain't bad.
I'm just gonna
Really
stack them all up.
Something just gives me a feeling that that's going to be my new home.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go look at it today, but somebody was helping me pack stuff up to take it to a charity. We have a thing called Crisis Control here. It's kind of like Goodwill, but
Yeah.
they're more honest.
Yeah, they don't.
More money goes to the actual people that need it than instead of in the pockets of the CEO.
Right. No words. They don't get out.
Well, we were going to go look at it, and she said, "Well, my whole front seat's full of stuff." So
You already done with work today, bro?
Screen.
Yeah.
Nice.
What?
Gaffer.
No.
Mommy's not here.
She can't hear you, Dad.
Mm.
You're
No,
in
I gotta
TW's
hear
ear.
this.
You're in
Oh,
TW's ear. She can't hear you.
yeah, he's got the earphones on.
She can see you though.
Crazy.
This is pissing me off. I'm just gonna hook up my USB cable to this printer and do it normal.
T-Dub,
What?
I got your vacuum.
Oh, you're trying to do it through
Okay.
the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and it's when I open up the app that I have to use to manage the printer, it says it's ready to go.
Hello, Gaffa. And yes, we look like a duck shot or carnival. Yes.
It'll go tomorrow. I gotta take all the UPS labels off. It'll go UPS. I'll take all the UPS labels. That's what it came.
Yeah.
I'll take all that off and ship it to you tomorrow.
Ask him if he liked the note you got.
Yeah, I got to do a mail call here.
Danbury Mints
Yeah.
and
Yeah, aren't you?
Chrissy.
I have to be able to be home long enough. I still got to send stuff out.
Oh. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Yeah. Jack sent me a bunch of trains.
Okay.
Well, I still
That's
got
expensive.
beer and a flash or a headlamp. I got to send to Hazy.
Oh, that's some big bucks there. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And when he said he was going to hook me up, he wasn't playing.
Hey.
Oh, goodness, that's about this. That would cost you what a mid-sized car would cost you.
Yeah, I got to make a mail call video for him.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't even expecting it. My wife knew he was doing a month ago. She was kept quiet about it. I was like, you little hussy.
Who'd you
All
get
right,
them
guys.
from?
I got to restart my computer real quick. I'll
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
be back.
I'm
in a
going to
little
tell her you said
All
that.
right.
I'll see you guys.
Gaffa, what's going on?
Yeah, I got them from Jack Casey.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever met him on our strings. His name.
No, he don't sound familiar. No.
Yeah, he lives right in the next state over from me in Texas, and he does trains like kind of like Ron.
Yeah.
He got truck layout and stuff, and he heard I was getting ready to start my own, so he figured he'd be the
Give
first.
you a little jump start on it.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, he gave me
Are they all the same? Or are they different?
like 5 or 6 cars. It gave me my first engine. Yeah.
Nice.
Gave me a nice engine.
I expect you have a track already.
No, I ain't. I was just starting.
Just
Just
need someone to send you some track now.
Yeah, now I got to buy the track.
Well, you got to have to spend I looked at some of that stuff because my nephew likes trains. And I thought I'd get him into it. And I looked at the prices on that stuff. Oh,
Yeah, but let me tell you a little secret. I'm actually, whatever they're paying, I'm going to get it for a third. And the only reason I'm doing that because my friend is in Tokyo. He can buy shelves there for dirt cheap and mail it to me.
It's weird because they live in a real small place. There's not even room to put it under his bed because his bed has drawers underneath it.
Well, that's why I'm not doing mine in a house. I'm buying a building. It's
pretty much have to with that. Because my father-in-law was into that, and he had a building. He had O gauge. Have you ever heard of O gauge?
Yeah.
You never hear that. I mean, I've heard of HO. What HO is half of an O gauge, but I never saw a full O gauge track.
Yeah. I got a neighbor 8 houses down has a train in his backyard that you can ride on. He made it out.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, he made it out of barrels.
They got one in the mall here that they let kids ride around on.
Yeah.
Something to do for them to do while their parents are trying to shop.
Yeah.
I don't know how large it is, but the one in Chicago, Model Railroad, set up in the Science and Industry Building.
Oh, you're talking about the G model, the garden model? It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be like, God, the one setup has got to be like 100 by 100 almost.
I don't know. We walked around it. I mean,
yeah.
Because it's the layout.
Put it this way, I've seen a model train that people could ride on. It was on a track and it was run by a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel engine. Yeah.
Well, they got where I lived in Virginia, there was a city park, and they called it Pokey Smoky.
Yeah.
And it was just a little ride.
I went on holiday to West Wales. I went on holiday to West Wales a few years ago. Place called Newquay, and just up the road is a place called Abergavenny.
Yeah.
And they got a railway track, a real steam train, but it's a narrow gauge track.
Yep.
Like it's a real train. Like we rode it up, and it goes up along the side of the mountain and everything, up to a place called.
If you ever come to my area, the next town over, which is 27 miles, is DeQuincy, and they have the DeQuincy Railroad Museum, and they even have the old steamer that you can get on and ride around town on, its own track.
Yeah, that's what this was, a steam train. It was amazing. Like we had a whole carriage to ourselves. It was like old-fashioned carriages, and it's unbelievable.
Of course, they haven't run it in the last 2 years because one of the pistons blew out, and they're having to get it fixed, and that's money.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite a cool train ride actually, to go up through mountains with the steam locomotive pulling you and all the steam coming back and everything. It was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
Even though coal burner, they even still have a coal burner they run every once in a while, man. Ain't nothing like a big mouthful of soot.
Yeah, that's what this one was. It was a coal one.
Yeah.
You got to load it up with coal.
Yeah.
Proper train drivers,
Yeah.
There's a real nice one out of Durango, Colorado.
Yeah.
And
we got one here too. It's the N&W.
See Western nowadays, and they do the train scene. They use that train.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago. They blew a piston on their steamer too, didn't they? I remember it got halfway through the ride, and I think it was on the right side. The piston just blew out. Yeah.
And did you actually play guitar, or is that just an ornament?
I think the guy was overloading it with coal and blew out the piston.
Anthony,
I bet you he didn't keep a job. What's that?
I said, do you actually play guitar, or is that just an ornament?
No, I'm learning to play. I can't play. I'm learning. So, yeah. No, I teach myself. I mean, I've taught myself to play the violin. I've taught myself to play the saxophone. I've taught myself to play the harmonica. So I figure, why not a guitar?
Yeah. I've taught myself to play guitar too.
Yeah. I just my thing is I can get the strumming down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, to be honest.
Yeah, the chords I pretty much, for 6 string anyway,
Yeah.
It's just the strumming. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like dancing. I'm white. I have no rhythm.
When you get yourself a 3-string, it's much easier.
Yeah. Well, that's what my friend out of Houston was telling me. He said, "Man, you need to get you a 3-string cigar box and
Yeah.
just let yourself go."
I was hoping to get a building before Christmas so I could raffle one off for Christmas, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So it's just I got too much going on, I haven't been in my workshop for.
Well, I got an old boy said he's gonna make me one. I don't know him that much, but I was on a live stream with him. He's up there in Tennessee, and I can't remember his name. He's got real long black hair, and he plays a mean ass 3-string.
Yeah.
And he builds them too, kind of like you do. His own little shop. So he said he's gonna build me one. I told him, man, you didn't have to do that, but he said, hey, anybody that wants to learn, trade like that, he said, I'll help them out.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I told him he didn't have to, just like Jack, when he found out I was getting ready to start a train deal, next thing I know, he's on film going, I'm sending you this. And I was like, whoa. I ain't even got no tracks yet, man. Whoa. I got to get the building moved out here first.
Well, all he's done, he's made sure that you're gonna go through it,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that way, like he said, you ain't got to stress buying your first engine and cars. You got them.
Yeah.
Just build your layout and your tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause the track's not cheap.
No, neither is power supplies.
Yeah.
The panel, what the gaff is saying, the panel looks like a duck chute.
Yeah.
I need my lever action. I'm looking through YouTube for something interesting to watch, and I found you turkeys. Oh, well. What's going on with you, Tom? Nothing much. Still working on that radiator shroud. Hazy.
Yeah, I seen you.
Well, we have 88 Katana now.
88 Katana just joined in.
Martin
Wright sat there and said, if Hazy loses any more weight, we'll have to go do a GoFundMe to get him a tripod to hold his nuts up.
Yep. I already put it in the safe.
Listen, I haven't drunk a beer for 73 days. Can you believe that?
Hey, congrats.
I haven't drunk a beer since last Friday.
I want to make it to 100 days. I want to prove myself that I can go 100 days without having a drink.
And then you're going to start the song, 100 bottles of beer on the wall, and start drinking beer.
I've got a bottle of red wine in the kitchen.
99 bottles of beer, and so then you're going to start backwards, then, right?
Now see that he talking about wine already. He's gonna have UB40 in the background going red.
Yeah, it is a bottle of red. Actually. No, the thing is, I was drinking way too much, and I was drinking every day, and I had to do something about it. It was.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. I didn't stop drinking, but I used to be a bad drinker. I still drink, but nothing like I used to. Woo!
Yeah, this is a thing, because part of me is saying, don't drink for the rest of my life, because it's
don't
no
get
good
you nowhere. No. And it's only a temporary solution.
That's right. It's a
very temporary.
It's a quick short-term solution with dramatic long-term
side effects. Yeah. You wake up, the problem's still there, and you feel like shit.
Yeah, but it was taking me into like a deep depression. It made me not well. I was having real bad thoughts.
But that's kind of why I did what I did, because there was an old saying from my family and friends that knew me: alcohol and guns didn't go along with me.
No. But I don't want to it's nice to have a drink now and again, certain occasions, and beer on the weekend.
I drink, but I don't nowhere like I used to, and I learned to say, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and drink until you can't see nothing.
Yeah, because this year, especially through lockdown, like I was buying bottles of Jameson's. Like I'm not really a whiskey drinker, and I was drinking bottles of whiskey. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
It was real serious. Yeah.
In my construction days, it was a 6-pack a night and a pack of cigarettes a day.
Oh yeah, easy.
Easy.
Yeah,
it was just bam.
Yeah, and That's another thing. I started smoking again during lockdown. You know, I gave up smoking 4 years ago, and then I started again during lockdown. So I just felt like everything was getting back to fucking bad shit again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I was spiraling out of control.
But no,
I give it all up. I give up the smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, and alcohol. Just give it all up on the same day.
well, you know, alcohol to me wasn't that hard, but the cigarette, because right before I stopped smoking, I was 3 packs a day.
Yeah, that's
And,
tough.
and I mean, the only reason I did quit, and to be honest with you, was because of the aneurysm and the stroke.
Yeah,
Because
when I
I
started smoking
was in a
cigarettes
coma
again.
in the hospital, so I really didn't have to go through the withdrawals because I was in a coma, you know. And when I came
Yeah.
awake, you know, I didn't even remember that I smoked, you know, because they were like, "Hey, if you need a patch, let me know." And I'm looking at them like, "A morphine patch?" They said, "No, you got plenty of tubes in you for pain." He said, "No, your wife told me you smoke 3 packs a day." And I was like, "Oh, that's new to me." Haven't smoked since, and that's been since February of 2016.
Yeah, I quit. I sat there and I said, well, let's see. When I was in Southeast Asia and Thailand, I was paying 25 cents for a pack of Marlboro Reds. When that reaches $4, I'm quitting. And
Yeah.
in 1999, 2000, that's when they did, and I quit.
Hey, I remember 2 of my uncles quit smoking when it got to $1 a pack. They were like, if it hits $1 a pack, I'm done. Because
Yeah.
when I first started smoking, a pack of Marlboro Reds was 70 cents for a whole pack. You know? Yeah. Now it's like what, $8 for that one?
Yeah, it's $7 or $8. Well,
Well,
the
it's tax.
majority of that is tax. I mean,
Yeah.
You know?
50 cents to produce the tobacco, and then another $1.50 to probably get it on
Yeah.
the market. So,
And then you got sin tax.
and then the rest of it's all federal and state taxes on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You got state tax, federal tax, sin tax.
Gaffer said he gave up cigarette, dope, and alcohol and enjoyment on the same day too.
Well, hey, I still have friends, man, that see me down and they say, "Man, you quit smoking? How'd you quit?" And I go, "Well, I wouldn't suggest it, but I said you go have an aneurysm, go in a coma for a month."
Does it look like I've lost a lot of weight to you guys? Because Gaffer and everyone seems to think I'm withering away.
I said I wouldn't suggest quitting like I did. You just
Is
go,
it noticeable that I've lost weight?
Yeah.
It must be.
yeah, you have, especially in your face.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
My stomach's going disappearing too. I mean, I've been.
I'm gonna tell you, your stomach is the hardest thing, man. That's the hardest thing to get rid of, especially for me because I'm insulin resistant. It's hard for me to get rid of gut fat.
To be honest, that's the only bit I want to get rid of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's me too. You know, I'm losing my ass and my legs, and I'm like, I still got this, doc. And he says, well, that's hard to get rid of because you're a diabetic. And I said, well, come on, man. I don't want to look like Skeletor with a gut.
My arms are getting thinner, and my shoulders and everything else. But my stomach's going as well. So, but I've stopped a lot of shit. I've stopped sugar. I've stopped all the fun stuff. I've stopped.
As soon as I stopped the sugar Cokes, I dropped 38 pounds. And that's the only thing I stopped was Cokes.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Sugar sodas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just pointless calories, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've just been drinking water, just gallons and gallons of water.
That's me. Water, unsweet tea, stuff. Well, I mean, I sweeten my tea, but I usually put that that leaf stuff, stevia or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't see you. Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, that was the hardest thing for me to stop drinking my sweet tea because I'm down here in Louisiana. We use cane. We use cane sugar, man. That's a whole different taste when you're drinking tea, and it's hard to, you get that taste. You're like, something's wrong. Oh wait, it ain't got no cane sugar in it. That's what's wrong.
I never heard of it being made any other way but with cane sugar.
Yeah, but a lot of people use that processed sugar and shit. And
granulated sugar.
That's not sweet.
Majority of it is with processed sugar.
Yeah,
that's not sweet tea.
Well, even my diabetic doctor that I see told me that. He said, some things you can eat, don't go nuts with it, But like cane sugar, he says, is a lot better for you than processed sugar is.
Yeah. And brown sugar's better for you.
But,
That's how they sweeten the iced tea in Thailand, was with cane sugar.
yep. And it's a whole different taste. It's a
Oh
whole
yeah.
different taste.
Oh yeah.
You can tell the difference. I can
On
tell
places like that, like Thailand and places like that, like their sugar and stuff is the best for you. Their diets are way healthier than ours.
Yep.
Like the poorest people have got the most healthiest diets.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I went to when I went to Southeast Asia, I was weighing about 170, 165, 170.
Yeah.
I came back, I was at 140. And I was fit at 140, but I was eating mostly rice.
Noodles and rice.
Yeah.
One of my legs is about 140.
Even their noodles are different than the noodles you buy here. I mean, I have a woman that makes noodles for me, so she's from Thailand. So, but you ever eat her noodles and buy store-bought noodles? It's like a world difference in the texture.
Does she make them fresh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made my own pasta, like spaghetti and stuff.
Yeah.
And the difference is just unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's amazing. She sits there and gets the dough ready and spreads it out on the steel. And I'm talking old school. She even has a piece of block wood with a bunch of tins on it sticking out. And that's how she makes her deals. And I'm like, if I try to use that, there'd be dough all over the ceiling.
Yeah, it'd be dough all over the table and all over the floor.
But she grabs that thing and stretches it, and takes it down and then across the top, and it all goes in a bow. And she makes it look easy. I'm sitting there just saying, oh, sorry about that. I get that down. Yeah. You gotta have that wrist, that flick of the wrist like she's got. I don't have it, man.
She'd probably been doing it all her life, you know.
Oh yeah. That's why I told her. I said, "Man, you put a sword in your hand, you whack the son of a bitch up quick."
Taught her how to do it. She had her mother or whatever taught her.
Yeah,
handle the tradition down.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
fucking
well,
fun.
she's
Tablets
63.
not even funny.
She's 63, and 50 of those years she spent in Thailand. So
She needs to teach you how to do it.
she is slowly. That's how I know how to cook most of the Asian dishes I cook now. She shows me.
I
You
know
know, I
Thailand,
particularly
they
like
teach your children to cook real young.
Oh yeah.
Look at that big cold
What
beer.
are you drinking, T-Dub?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Muted.
couldn't hear you.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah, you
Unmute.
muted.
Unmute yourself.
No, you got a technical issue.
Yeah.
The microphone's not working.
All
All right.
In fact, she still goes in the backyard sometimes with a number 3 tub and a washboard.
Yeah.
But we used to get we could get it delivered to from the Thai restaurant on base.
Yeah.
We could get fried rice, a bowl of fried rice, whether it be beef, whether it be pork, or whether it be combinations, seafood, beef, and pork, if you want a combination, or however you want it, and a big jug of their iced tea, sweetened iced tea, delivered for 75 cents. And the bowl was about this big.
75 cents.
That's me.
75 cents.
Oh yeah.
When was that? When was that? Back in the 60s?
That was in 1972, 73 in Thailand.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, you can still get a lot of stuff here cheaper than most places because they do it right here. It's just like, my buddy, he's in Indiana.
Hey,
He's buying bait shrimp at $9 and $10 a pound, and I'm talking bait shrimp.
Yeah. I had a nice Chinese meal in or the takeaway. We took it back to the apartment when I was in Jersey City. It was and when we went there, me and Jack went there to collect it. There was all Chinese people sat in there eating, so I knew it was a good place.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually a good sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about May and them. Yeah. Yeah, we just had a meeting.
Are you guys-
What?
are you guys able to hear me now?
Yeah.
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 Okay. I'm drinking
Yeah.
Golden Monkey,
Gold. Oh,
Golden Monkey.
Pat's favorite beer.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. Oh, enjoy that.
Pat's favorite
Three of
beer.
them,
This-
three of
that's-
them will
that's a
give
good
you a
beer.
pretty good knock in the kick, but 4 is too much.
Yeah, there's a place south of me here. It's South Cameron, but we call it Little Thailand because there's a lot of Filipinos that live there because they came over here to shrimp. To run the shrimp boats and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a guy was telling me the other day, he was trying to say, man, it looks like the Philippines are taking over the shrimp industry. I said, they're not taking it over. I said, they're the only ones that will actually do it.
Yeah.
I said, I don't see none of y'all asses out there bobbing up in that little wooden boat with them nets hanging off the side like they do. Oh, I ain't doing that. I said, that's why they're here, because they will do it.
Yeah, we got all the Chinese come over here to go pick cockles or
Yeah.
collect cockles off the beaches, but it's a really dangerous job.
Yeah.
If you don't
They
know what
do
you're doing,
They do it without blinking an eye.
Yeah, like a lot of people, there's been a lot of tragedy in the cockle industry with people drowning and stuff.
But yeah,
Getting stuck in the mud.
but hell, I love it because shit, I go there and meet them at the docks and buy 10, 20 count shrimp for 30, 40 cents a pound.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's running about $10 a pound here.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why my friend, every time I'm on camera with him, he's going. Because he goes by $9 a pound, and I'm like, bro, we use that to catch the bigger ones. He's like, man. He says, I need to move down there. I said, well, you got to be a special breed of people to live down here because, man, the hurricanes come.
Yeah, I moved away from the hurricanes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got tired of it.
Okay, Pat's having issues, so he had to take off.
All right. I mean, yeah, some of them get bad, but I mean, I just went through 2 of them here. So, I mean,
Yeah, the first one fucked all your shit up big time, didn't it?
oh, yeah. Messed up my pecan trees big time.
Yeah.
My whole crop of pecans got wiped out. Well, all my neighbors about 4 or 5 blocks in 2 different directions got them.
Yeah.
They were all, hey man, I got pecans all over my driveway, and I'm like, you're welcome, Merry Christmas. And my trees this year, the sad thing is, Tom, though, all my trees were so loaded the branches were hanging,
Oh, yeah?
and now it's gone. Yeah,
Are they totally destroyed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
I lost every pecan tree but 2, and that was out of 20 pecan trees.
Oh shit.
Damn.
But I gotta say, I was well compensated for them, so because I did grow them and sell them, so I had insurance through the, oh yeah, I can't even remember the damn name now.
Farmers in Minnesota.
Yeah, they're part of the farmers deal.
Yeah.
Oh, they were insured.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
$600 a tree.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't want to make money that way, but
Yeah. How much was it? How much was the yield worth each year, though?
3 times that.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a store and buy a little bag of shelled pecans?
Yeah.
They're like $12 for a little bitty hook.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
I don't ever remember buying pecans because we had a pecan tree when I was growing up.
Right. Well, yeah. You got pecan tree. You don't have to buy them. But see, I just grow them, and I have a guy that comes and collects them. I don't have to shell them or nothing like that. I just let them. They're on my properties.
I like the machine they use to sit there that shakes the tree to get them down.
Yeah, the big net flares out, and they just
A big net underneath it and sits there and goes like this, and then in the middle it goes around the trunk, and it just and the net catches them all coming down.
Yeah.
Somebody says, "Man, you got a thick canopy over top of that thing." I said, "Could you imagine not having a thick canopy and them things come down and hitting you in the head?"
You might have to pick each one individually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, used to, we'd let them fall, net the ground, let them fall, or walk out there with the wheels. You remember the wheels that you would roll and it would pick them up inside?
Yeah.
You'd have to open it and dump it in a bucket. God, I remember them days as a kid. Jesus. Thank God for machinery. I know it put 20 people out of work, but thank God for the machinery.
Gaffer said he's brought some friends. There's a gaffer raid going on.
Hey, come on, Gaffer.
I got a feeling they're all gaffer.
Yeah.
He just signed into a few more accounts.
Yeah.
Or they actually people.
They need to hit the like button.
I don't know. They might be.
Oh,
people.
they've been hitting like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to cut down 2 of my pear trees too because one of the pecans laid down right smack in the middle. Both of them kind of did that split on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the arbor dude said, "Nah, they're too far gone to try to save." He said, "You might as well just come down, plant new ones."
It's a nightmare.
Them pear trees grow fast anyway. So,
How old were the pecan trees?
there was 2 young ones. When I say young, that's 10 years. There was 2 of them 10 years, and the rest of them were between 50 and 70 years.
Oh, sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Woo.
And the one big one, he ain't got the official count. He took a ring section of it. They have a guy that knows what he's doing to count the rings. From what he knows, as far as what he could tell, that the biggest one that fell was probably about 110.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Hey, Anthony, and did you cut it all up?
Oh yeah, I got it stacked.
I'd have to get a cord and use it just for smoking.
Well, that's what I've done. Sold like two. Well, I probably have a total of 22 cords I've sold already, and I still got 5 trees to cut up.
Damn.
Great.
But 3 of them I'm keeping for myself because I smoke meat too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I got another guy supposed to be coming just right before Thanksgiving. He's come from Texas to bring me a truckload of mesquite.
T-Dub's got to bow out.
All right.
All right.
See you guys later.
Oh.
Later.
All right.
See you
We'll
later,
see
guys.
you.
Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Like I said, I got a guy coming right before Thanksgiving. He's supposed to be bringing me a truckload of mesquite to trade me for some pecan.
Oh.
I said, that'll work.
Ricky Dev's in the house.
Yeah, I told him that worked because he called me up and said, man, my buddy was telling me you got a lot of pecan. I said, yeah. He says, well, how you feel about trading straight up for some mesquite? And I said, hey, I love trades like that. There ain't no cash involved. Bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You unload it, you load yours up and have at it. I said, I even have a rail sitting out there waiting for the mesquite. I just put cinder blocks out there with old Hollywood bed frames. That's my railer. Keeps it off the ground, you know.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah. Because around here, you leave anything on the ground and termites will eat it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to get some. I've been smoking mostly with hickory lately, though.
Yeah. Well, hickory, ain't nothing wrong with hickory.
Yeah.
But I'm like you. I like to have a little, like right now, I got a shitload of pecan. I got a little bit of cherry left, and I've got like almost maybe 1 or 2 burns left of mesquite, but he's bringing me some more. So,
Yeah.
and then I got some red oak,
I like doing ribs in apple.
Yeah.
Smoking them in apple wood
or cherry. Yeah.
And then as you every now and then go in and have a squirt bottle filled with apple juice and go in and lay it down. So you start getting the caramelization on the rib.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I keep a bowl underneath mine to where I can just keep.
And all this talk of food make me hungry.
Yeah, we don't need to be talking about food.
When you live out in the middle of nowhere, that's what you do. You talk about growing and eating food.
Well, with COVID going on and everything else, I usually have big barbecue parties where I'm smoking briskets in there, and I didn't cook anything this summer.
What are you talking about? I've already had 2 brisket parties and a crawfish boil at my house.
Yeah, because
You let that COVID shit make us scared of living, man.
they put
You're gonna die, you're gonna die.
I would love one of those crawfish bowl things.
17 to 20 people in here. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're in trouble.
Hey, yes,
Oh, we're in trouble now. Oh.
Yeah, what's up, Captain? Yeah, I always fancied one of those crawfish things where you boil it with the potatoes and the corn and
corn and yeah.
yeah,
So,
Onions. Onion. Don't forget the onions.
yeah,
onion.
Onion, sausage,
Onion.
everything.
So,
yeah.
I got to tell you, Tom, I went a little crazy with the freaking fridge magnets now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I have 56.
What have you been making fridge magnets?
Yeah, I've been buying them. I've been passing them out and giving giving out his Captain Jerk. See him on YouTube, and everybody's. I hope he got a couple of orders out of it. But yeah,
Let me see.
I'm
Let
going
me
to
see one.
towards the end of the month. I'll probably give me about 30 or 40 of them.
Because
Yeah, they're sending them.
I haven't been able to freaking like move them as just skulls, so I figured, well, let's throw magnets on the back of all of them. I'm just gonna sit here and work with my tools while I freaking watch videos and shit. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, good idea.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens. Most people, you stick a magnet on it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh,
Okay, this is what I have left of the 100 magnets that I bought a little while ago.
yeah.
Okay, Tom, and I had 100 before that. Yeah, no problem, buddy. So, yeah, I've gone through 200 of these magnets just about, and there you go.
Nice.
They're a big hit. People like them. So,
Oh,
Great.
what was that little town in Texas I was driving through the other day? And I thought about you, Justin, because you know that big skull you got underneath the table back there?
yeah.
I seen another one just like it, and it was on top of this building. It had the body to it. And I said, Justin was shitting his pants if I meld that body to him to stick on his head. I even told old boy, I said, I know a guy that would just freak out over that body because I said he's got the skull sitting underneath the table in his house. But it was like from from midsection up, the rib cage, the arms.
Yeah.
So like he was hugging the top of the building opening,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, yeah.
Justin, how are you sticking them to the skulls?
Super glue.
Just gluing.
Yeah.
Of course, the old boy that owned the place, he said, well, hey, you brave enough to climb up there and fucking hijack it. He said, more power to you. Just watch my wife. She's a good aim.
These are the brands of glue that I have right now. They're pretty popular. But normally I use the cheapest glue possible because it's the stuff that will like stick your freaking finger right to a Teflon pan.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my. Anyway.
Hey, Cap, this is the popular size that everybody's liked so far.
So yeah, the big chunky guy. Yeah, I figured.
No. Yeah, this is the one everybody tries to steal off of me that he sent me. This size one.
Oh yeah, those two. Well, yeah.
Somebody's like, "Where'd you get that, man?" I'm like,
Because they fit in the hand.
Yeah.
They fit in the hand.
Well, not of that. If you like I said, if it had magnet on it, you stick it on the back of the truck or the side of the truck, it's noticeable.
Casey, you want some fridge magnets? I'll send you some.
I mean, you can send me one if you wanted.
Let me guess. All your refrigerator fronts don't take magnets anymore because they're made out of aluminium now.
Oh no, mine takes magnets. My fridge is covered in magnets.
Sometimes they won't stick though because there's the stainless steel. They don't stick very well.
Well, that's the non-magnetic stainless.
Yeah.
Oh no, it sticks to stainless steel. Can you get?
I'm buying a new, if
That
I'm buying,
probably means there's a layer of regular steel underneath this.
if I'm buying a new fridge, first words out of my mouth, will it take fridge magnets?
Steel is
Because we
very
got a bunch
magnetic.
of them on ours.
Well, I know was it Samsung has a black one, and I bring I'm like you, Tom. I bring a magnet with me, and I'm like, and it would just it's like plastic or something.
Yeah.
I went into Curry's, which is like an appliance
Hey,
place
Jim.
the other day, and I just went out and look at the fridges because, to be honest, I could do with a bigger fridge. And I went out a quick look at them, and the modern fridges nowadays have got a glass front, and you tap them,
And it shows you what's inside.
you can see what's in
I'd love to have
the fridge.
That would
That
save.
way you don't have to stand there with the door open, wasting
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah,
No, you could just look through the glass.
you just
Yeah,
look through the glass.
Or I got, well, like the one I was looking at, they had one where the main door is shut and there's a smaller door you can open just to grab the milk. That way you don't have to open the full door. You just open
Yeah.
that, grab the milk.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Right, Gemma. But how often do you just go to the kitchen, open the fridge, and just stand there, just staring?
I do it all.
No, that's usually my kids that done that crap.
And then you think, oh, there's nothing there. You close it, you go do something, and you go back, expecting it to change, expecting it to be something different.
Yeah, like something magically just gonna pop up.
Yeah. And you just
What
stand
what
there
I do is sit for a long time trying to decide what I want to eat, and I can't think of anything I want. So I go in the kitchen and look, and I see something that I totally forgot that I had, and I go, that looks good. I think I'll have that.
Yep.
I go, I forgot I had that. That's
How about the bowl of stuff you forgot you had? And you're like, oh, I remember what's in that. I want some of that. And you open up and there's plant life on it.
Or actually, the fun place to be is inside the freezer, and also, what the heck? Where's
Oh,
this
yeah.
from?
Yeah, who put this in here? Nothing written on it. You don't even know what it is. And you're trying to look through the ice and the plastic. You go, what the hell is it?
By the time there's ice in it, it's freezer burn. You need to throw it out.
What's this?
Yeah.
Anybody lay claim to this?
My wife won't let me go through the freezer because I have the attitude like my dad. I take about 15 minutes. If I can't figure out what it is in 15 minutes, I go in the garbage.
That's probably the best thing to do.
I do the cleaning, and it's when in doubt, throw it out.
Yep. That's my attitude. When in doubt, throw it out.
Throw it out.
Especially
Why
if
did I
it's
put
got
this in
seafood.
here?
Yeah, I tell people if it's got seafood or milk in it, especially if you don't know when you made it, throw it out.
Yeah.
Any beef, meat, chicken product, everything frozen 6 months, it's good. Up till after 6 months,
Yeah. Take it out and cook it or give it away.
yeah.
I know. How long can you actually keep things in the freezer? Because
It depends on how you wrap it, how you store it, and what product it is. I mean,
If you go nutso and get one of those vacuum machines and you put it in there and vacuum it down and get all the air out of it and everything,
I'm pretty sure.
a year out of it.
I'm pretty sure I've got joints of beef and pork in my freezer from last Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah.
It might be time to make some.
If you just popped it into a Ziploc freezer bag or wrapped it in tin foil or aluminum foil,
6
and
months.
it 6 months, man. That's it.
I'm telling you, Hazy, pop those suckers out of there and freaking make something out of them.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
You bought it for that anyway, so what's the difference?
Yeah. I know.
Well,
What are you
that's why,
saving it for now?
that's why I'm big on writing dates.
I see a big pot of soup in your future.
I just tell people the right dates on that way you can rotate.
And the thing is, if you take it out and cook it, then you can refreeze it once it's cooked.
Yeah.
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 And you get another 6 months out of it.
True.
Oh, I'm going to tell you a disgusting story that'll probably make you vomit. You ready?
Can't wait.
My grandmother.
10 things I want to do, Cap, is vomit.
My grandmother had a coffin freezer in her basement, and nobody knew it was there for about 30 years. And finally, well, it had been like at least 20 years that nobody had seen the damn thing because it was just a bunch of crap was piled on top of it and around it, and what people would call a hoarder house nowadays used to be called pack rat because, as we know, hoarders are collectors. Pack rats are slobs.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Anyway, my grandmother was a slob. So she never threw nothing out. And her basement was full of stuff. and one of those items was a freezer. My uncle went through the annals of time and peeling back the layers and chipping away and freaking, going through it. And he found meats in there that were from the very first year that they owned the damn house.
Was it still plugged
Can
in?
you say freezer burnt?
No, but hold on. Some of it was destroyed by freezer burning and desiccation and whatever, but
Yeah.
some of it appeared to be very red and
Yeah.
even dark red. And he was just like, I wonder. So
Oh,
he
no.
took it upstairs. He cooked a roast, and we ate it. It
Yeah.
wasn't the best, but it was edible, and we
The
didn't
freezer
get
was
sick.
well insulated with all that stuff.
We did not. Hey,
Nobody got sick, huh?
after all the power outages throughout the decades and through all the freaking times,
Well, hey, Lee,
that thing probably got unplugged so many damn times. But I'll tell you what, man, we ate that meat. We never got sick. And he cooked some other things, some beef out of there, and we never got sick from any of the meat that was in there. But he cooked meat that was, well over 35 years old.
well, at least it was one of them stories. Grandma dies, and they go in the basement in the freezer, and they found out that Grandpa didn't run off.
Believe it or not, her first husband did run off.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. This woman, everybody thought her husband ran off and just left her, and she died, and they were cleaning her house out and found his body in the fucking chest freezer in the basement.
It happens.
Apparently, he'd been there 38 years.
Mm.
I'm like, well,
And they take up the basement floor and bury him underneath the floor, and 50 years later they find out.
yeah,
they do
well,
an
no, she
investigation.
was too frail to do that. She just rolled them up into the chest freezer and closed it off, locked it, and stacked a bunch of crap on top of it.
When I got discharged from the Air Force, we came back to Illinois and to my dad's house, and we stayed in my dad's house for a while. Me, Nancy, and T-Dub, and downstairs in the basement was the chest freezer, and Nancy, and it was right next to the washer and dryer. And she goes, "What's in here?" And I said, "Is it plugged in?" She goes, "No." And I said, "Don't open it." And she goes,
No.
"Why?" That freezer's been here ever since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, and not
I
plugged
sat
in.
there and I said, "I don't know what's inside it."
Well, even if it's empty, it's going to stink like hell when you rip it open.
I said, "It's a nice place to fold your clothes on." See?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
open.
It's a workbench. Duct tape and seal. That way no one ever opens it.
Well, I was watching this. There's several channels, these people that go to auctions at these public storage places that people had gotten behind on their rent or abandoned their storage unit.
Yeah.
The one guy, there was a new guy, he was just getting into it, and the one senior guy was doing they opened up a unit and there was a refrigerator in there, and he told the guy, he reached up for the refrigerator, opened the refrigerator, and he said, "Never
Oh.
open a refrigerator in one of these things. It's not been plugged in. You don't know what's in the refrigerator. You
Mhm.
have no interest in a refrigerator."
The smell.
Self-storage, not
That's when you drag it out in the middle of the parking lot and you kind of do one of them broomstick openings.
yeah,
Unlike
you
hell,
don't know what's in there.
and hope the wind is blowing the other way.
Yeah. Well, face the door to that way it's blowing it.
Well, if that refrigerator sat all that time and it's not plugged in,
It's
it's
still
no good to anybody.
Yeah.
Just throw it away.
Yep.
Never leave one unplugged, because even if there's nothing in it, it'll still smell.
Yeah.
Still mold.
It'll mold.
Yep. From all the water trapped between the walls. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they come in here to redo this place, they're going to discover that the refrigerator has rusted from the inside out.
Yeah.
3 years ago, I got a roll of contact paper over the outside of the refrigerator door because this red black spots started to appear on it. And that was the rust.
So, David, are you still moving upstairs?
I don't know where I'm moving. I got the place a block over is the emergency plan.
Yeah.
Because I can't work with the property manager. He won't talk to me. I don't know what this guy's real secretive or something. I don't know, beat around the bush.
And they just want y'all out, period.
You call this office and they tell you what extensions to dial, and all you get is voicemail, and when the voicemail comes on, they don't even say who they are. The voicemail for this extension
Yeah.
they don't even have a name on the voicemail. They don't say this is the voicemail for John, this is the voicemail for Bill.
They just want to clear everybody out and gut everything and start over.
Well, this is happening in this town. We have not one, but two major medical centers that are expanding like crazy.
Yeah.
Now
the reason they do it that way too.
the employees that work there to live.
If I was gutting it, and if I was going to do something like that, and I had an existing renter who wanted to stay right there and maybe move up a floor or what, stay there, David, have fun. Everything else, we're going to be gutting the apartment above you. I'd sit there and gut it, make it all nice and pretty, move your ass up there, and then finish gutting the rest of your building.
That sounds like a good plan, doesn't it?
But there's a reason why they don't do that, Tom, because the reason they want everybody out is because once they do redo everything and they up the rent 5 times the price,
I'm sorry. I forgot the greed aspect in it.
Right.
Well, this has become a phenomenon in the town that I live in, because not only do we have 2 major medical centers, we have 3 universities.
Oh yeah, John.
University has built everything up on
What's Hazy doing?
its walls that it can, and now it's overspilling, and it's all residential.
Yeah.
All residential housing is going up like crazy. These condominiums and
Filling up my East
I know. I live in a condo. I know.
It's zero nicotine or anything. It's just it does nothing. There's zero nicotine in it.
Yeah.
what is that, vape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Garbage.
It is.
Just a habit.
It's just zero. Yeah. There's nothing.
I don't bother with any of that vape stuff. To me, it's useless.
Yeah.
It makes me cough. That's all it ever did is make me cough.
It's sort of like stops me from going out and buying a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. It's a crutch.
I'm glad it worked for you, but it never worked for me.
Yeah. Well, to some people, it's a crutch to keep you from craving the real.
Yeah, because otherwise, because I like to keep busy and you know, it's just
trick your mind into thinking, oh, he's smoking, he's all right.
But I do know in my mind that it's fucking absolutely pointless.
Yeah.
You know,
But you're dealing with that your body's chemistry, that primal molecule thing, and your brain has nothing to do with it.
Hazel's just got to shove shit in his mouth relentless.
Just stuck along to it.
Just relentless, like
It's sort of giving me the impression that I'm not actually really turning into a monk. I'm still doing something that's not right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's saying it's keeping the devils at bay.
Yeah. So I still feel like I'm a little bit of a rebel, you know?
It's all right to vaporize a little glycerin mixed in with water with some kind of flavoring in it.
treating yourself well is rebellious. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. It's the new cool being. I don't fucking know.
The captain said it 100%. When you do something nice for yourself, it's rebelling.
Yeah, I mean, I spent the last 25 years trying to kill myself, so maybe I should start taking care of myself.
That's the way the society looks at it anyway.
There we go. I popped the link back in. Gemma with links in, if you want to jump in.
Yeah.
I don't know with this crowd of guys. I don't know if you want to be up here.
She can handle this.
You know, my wife knows me. This time of year, they always come out with this, you know, for the green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Does she know?
And you eat them like potato.
Buy an extra can for me.
You eat them like potato chips.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Well, those cans came out. I thought they were meant as a snack. I didn't know they went into a can.
What is it?
Then I started
The onion rings that go
my salad.
on the, yes.
Oh yeah, dried up onions. You're supposed to stick them on a sandwich or something, you know?
Or
Those are
green
French
bean
fries.
casserole.
French
Yeah.
onions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she always buys an extra can from me because she knows if she don't, she won't have nothing to put in a green bean casserole.
The can she bought will disappear.
Or open it up and there's just crumbs in the bottom. Son of a bitch.
Oh, this talk of food, I'm getting a little peckish.
Thank you, Gemma.
That's why I'm eating these.
I
I
think
feel
I'm
like,
gonna make myself an egg
That's
sandwich.
what I ate before I came on the show.
Yeah, well, I had 3 chicken strip wraps for
I
dinner.
I got egg souffle in the oven right now, so as soon as this is done, I'll be chowing on it.
With
Sounds
just
like
lettuce and cucumber in it. But we watched a movie, so I had a packet of peanut M&Ms and some popcorn as well. So
Oh, there you go.
that looks like good chicken. Or is
Yeah.
I
it
made that. I made that.
nice? Well, you breaded it yourself.
It's white meat. It's the breast meat from a whole chicken bake we did yesterday, and then I take the powdered pizza mix for
Yeah.
the dough.
Yeah.
Instead of using just flour or pancake batter or anything like that, I use the pizza dough mix. I add a little bit of flour to it, and it comes out that good.
Crispy. Nice.
Oh, and I'm using gravy instead of ketchup
Nice.
because I don't have ketchup.
I'm the same way when it comes to chicken strips. I like brown gravy.
Yeah. See, it's okay for you guys. It's almost 12 o'clock here. It's 25 to 12. So
Well, good to see you, Hazy. Thanks for coming up.
This is honey lemonade.
oh, you're welcome, David.
This is Coors Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Miller Lite. The new
Take it
brand
off, Hazy.
switch to.
No,
It's called homemade.
And this,
this is just light. See, you can see the light straight through it.
The nutrient of life, huh?
Thing is, I drink about 2 liters of water in the evening, and then I'm up every hour taking a piss.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Grandpa? Yeah.
Literally, the other night it was ridiculous. It was literally every hour I was waking up, busting for the piss. You know, sometimes you wake up and you think, do I really need to go? I could probably sleep through this one. But no, I was waking up and I was like, if I don't go, I'm definitely going to piss the bed.
oh yeah,
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Kate would love you there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what Grandpa said earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people were talking today about someone had this, someone had that, someone had all this, and they were rich. My grandpa said, bullshit. He says the only man that's rich that controls the water and the food. Because he said you cut either one of them off and people crap their pants.
Sure.
Yeah. He said that bar go, you can't chew on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you cut off the water and food to them, you're king.
Yeah.
Master Blaster runs Bada Town.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go 100 days before I have a beer because Christmas is coming. I've got to have a beer over Christmas. Like, I think.
Yeah, well, you got to do something over the holidays, at least the New Year. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to at least toast the New Year in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But I think it'll be a lot different. My drinking schedules will be a lot different. You know, I know the thing is I've proven to myself now because this is the longest I've gone in 25 years. You know, I've proven to myself I can go. It'll be 74 days tomorrow.
no, what you proved to yourself, Hazy,
Cool.
is you said enough's enough. I want to do something else. And you were able to do that with yourself. That's what you
Yeah.
proved.
Because I was able to do it 4 years ago with the smoking. Because I gave up smoking cigarettes and weed 4 years ago, after smoking for 25 years. You know,
Yeah.
but I giving up the drink was the toughest one.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's
Hell
like
yeah, drummer.
my wife's steadily trying to quit smoking, and I tell her, well, one, you always say you quit for me or your son, and I'm gonna tell you right now that'll never work.
No,
Do
you
it
got
for you.
You gotta want to quit.
Yeah.
Do it
That's
for
right.
you.
Don't
You
worry about us.
You have to want to do it. You got to want it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all you.
Yeah, if you enjoy it and you like doing it, you're never gonna stop.
Your kids are okay. Your wife is okay. Your parents, your friends, your business, they're all doing fine. It's you that got the problem. Do it for you.
Yeah, yeah. Because I say we're not the ones gonna be in the box.
That's right. If you're the one with the problem, you got to do it for you.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Here.
You having Crystal's leftovers?
I'm picking out.
We see that. What's the menu tonight, Captain?
Chicken with gravy.
Shit, I ain't had no job since 2016, Martin. I'm retired.
I got a full-time job. I'm going to show you. I mean, a 9 to 5 for me would be fucking walking a pack.
Yeah.
Walking a pack.
Mine was actually 5:30 till 3:30
First off,
Yeah.
he's away. I don't want them.
because we want to do most of the inspections during the cool time of the summer here, and
Yeah.
sometimes we'd start at 4:30 and go till 2:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah, I spent 28 years working the third shift, so
Little,
took me almost 9 years to reverse my time frame.
the last 3 years in the Air Force, all I did was work swing shift from
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the afternoon till 11:30 at night. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, right in the middle of primetime TV, everything else. So I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm like mid-set up with sausages.
well, right now.
You know, it's just and especially in Utah, you can go to a bar and have a cold beer, but they're going to shut you down in about an hour.
Yeah. Just time for one beer.
You know what gets me? I worked my ass off from the time I was 14 up until I was 46. And
Crystal
the plan
City.
and everything. But you know what always surprised me? How many people get shitty with you because you did it and they didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how's that my fault? You was a dumbass. I mean, no, I'm being serious. You know, you think when, back in my days when somebody was able to do that early, you're like, hey, man, that's the way to go. And now it's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
That's like there's this company out there that wants to sit there and grab Pat away from being a fire inspector / plans examiner. I told him, I said, you better tell that guy to sit there and boost it, and then you're signing a 10-year contract with the
Yeah,
company.
exactly. Yeah.
And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I sat there and I says, you got to start thinking about all the vacation time, all the sick leave, everything you make.
Yeah.
And then they're paying, and then the city is actually putting in the PERS, and PERS is Public Employees Retirement System.
Well, it's not that. You got to have it. Because a friend of mine did that shit. He worked for a company for 22 years. And his other company, that, wined and dined them to come over there. They kept them for 2 years and laid them off.
Yeah.
All that time, gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like, dude.
Actually, what they want to do is they want to pull you in, sit there, suck everything out of you, get all your information, and then once you're done, you're gone. You're yesterday.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna put their guy in. Yeah.
So, I sat there so he said, well, what about this? And I said, no, up it more. And then when he had lunch here today, I told him, I said, 175, 150,000, 175,000. And then you better get a 5-year minimum guarantee. Plus, during that 5 years, they're going to sit there and kick in a 10th of your salary into a 401k for you, because that's exactly what your government job would have been doing.
Yeah.
No, but that always blew my mind. You know, used to you praise people that did that early. You know, like, hey, great job, man. Give me some pointers. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, well, nobody gave me nothing. I said, well, nobody gave me this shit either, man.
Yeah.
I had to earn it.
I was told that Henderson was having an open exam the weekend I was moving into this house in 1996, 1997.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I threw my hat in the ring per se for the fire department exam and went down there and took the exam, halfway moving my family in, left everybody who was helping me move, gotta go to Henderson, take an exam. And I took the exam, came back, and that was probably the best I could do because I wasn't thinking of the exam. I was just answering the questions in the whole testing procedure.
Yeah. Well, that's like I told my son, you know, he said, Dad, how'd you get where you got in life? You didn't even finish high school. I said, because I was that guy when they said, hey, we need someone to go over here and learn this, someone to go to this state and learn that. I was raising my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because one, it made me, you know, I tell people when you know more than one thing, it makes you more valuable to that company.
Well, like at my job, they keep moving me around and having me doing different jobs here and different jobs there.
There you go.
My coworkers about that, and they said that's a very good sign. That's a very good thing.
Well, right, you know, just like I told a guy, you got to be willing to sacrifice. Because I remember in a 7-year period of time, I seen my wife and kids probably 3 months.
Well, you know, I was filling out an application online the other day for a job. I mean, for a apartment house, and it said what was my occupation. And right now, technically, it's manufacturing.
Refill.
I go to work 1 week after doing one
Yeah,
project.
listen, Tom, I'm gonna go. Before you go, I'm gonna go.
Okay, easy. Thank you. But anyhow,
Later, Hazy.
It's 10,
All right,
it's 10
Hazy.
late. So
Later.
peace out. I'll
Good
see you.
night.
Thanks for
Have a good
coming in.
evening.
Thanks for coming up, man.
No worries. I'll speak to you all.
you know, how can I be more specific on like a housing application? And they only give you a little tiny, I can't sit there and list, okay, assembly of blah, 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 office materials, inspection of so-and-so, you know, quality assurance of this. And it's like, I don't know from week to week what I'm going to be doing at work.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Well, that's like when I went to buy my truck in 2014, the woman handed me a deal and I'm like, what's this? So we need you to fill out the top part, you know, because, you know, she thought I was financing. And she
talked her into, I know what you did. Yeah.
No, where it said job occupation, I put R&R. And she come back, she said, who's R&R? I said, no, that's R&R, retired and retarded. I was paying cash.
Well, you know what? I was looking at this house online. I about flipped out. I thought this was so funny.
Yeah.
Somebody's selling, it was on Facebook. Somebody's selling a house for $11,000.
Yeah.
I have $11,000 cash in the bank right now. I could write a check for that house. But I looked at some of the pictures and the front door, you know how a front door has a pane of glass in it? All of it was busted out.
Oh, yeah.
A window unit that looked like somebody had cut a whole piece of plywood.
Yeah, in my area, if there's a house.
Let me tell you, you walk in, the walls have been paneled, and you know when you walk into a house and there's paneling, at least where I live, they paneled over the walls. You have no idea what's behind that paneling.
No.
And then they graffitied all over that paneling, and did not give the address to the place, but I did send him a Facebook message and said, is it still available? I wanted to at least go look at what 11,000.
Yeah, because if it's got good bones, man, it could be. You know, I've bought when me and my buddy was flipping houses. We bought houses anywhere from 11 to 15,000 and put 10 in it and sold it for 160.
Well, heck, I could put 10,000. You know, I live by myself. I'm not.
But we was doing our own work though. We did our own work.
Hey, foundations, you know, there's not like a big crack in the foundation.
Well, that's why I said it's got to have good
put a roof on it and put a new door on the front, you know, at least one with glass in it. and I can just paint over all of that graffiti on. Get me a can, get me a couple of gallons of Kills, and get me a roller. And roll.
Yeah, that's like the last house we did. The whole outside was graffiti, but the structure was intact and sound. It just they graffitied it. We just slapped vinyl siding on.
I would just put vinyl siding on the outside of it.
Yep.
It looks like it's that
Are you kidding?
stuff.
Come on.
But I would have a house. I would never have to worry about paying rent.
Put makeup on. That's all you're doing is putting makeup on, making it nice and pretty. Make it look appealing from the outside.
Well, it'll have to be.
Whatever. I mean, that's.
I could probably
Or the other term is cake decorator.
$50,000.
I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did. They go in there, slap vinyl siding, put a roof on it, and slap drywall up on the inside and paint it.
Well, all nights it just looked like somebody got in there.
make sure
There was graffiti all over the shower.
there was no mold in the house.
The
Give
top
it a nice finish.
was missing.
Send it down the road.
Ripped up. There's stuff all over the floors, just thrown around.
Yeah, 'cause the last one me and my buddy did before we like fully retired, not doing any flipping houses and stuff anymore.
Mhm.
We bought the house for $8,000. We put 15 in it and sold it for 89,000 a day after we finished.
Well, it'd be interesting
That's
to buy
good.
it for
That's nice.
$11,000 and to wave at all these apartment people and say,
Well,
bye bye.
That was the thing that they were
I
coming
don't
across
care if I
through
own,
the
I just
valley
wanna
when
get out of here
the-
into a
when the shit hit the fan and we went back in the tank, 2005, 2007.
Yep.
In there, we were down and
Yep.
well, people were buying up houses coming from Southern California and figured they'd come here and start flipping houses. Well, they didn't realize that half the people whose houses they were trying to flip were pissed off, and everybody, most of the houses went out and got sackcrete and started dumping them down the toilets and all the drains in the
Yeah.
house.
Well, there's no telling what the plumbing
And
is.
then they sit there and they turn around, and there was a guy sitting there complaining, going, "Well, didn't you walk the house before you brought it?" Well, I didn't think I
on site, unseen. Yeah.
I didn't think I needed to walk the house or check the toilets or anything else. Well, the person who had the house was pretty pissed off because he got laid off because of the economy and lost his house. You think he's going to?
And now you're saying someone bought your house, you got to get out.
Yeah.
Well, the way this property manager is treating me like that now, I'm tempted on the last day to get cans of spray paint and spraying big X's on the walls and then breaking the mirror out in the bathroom and just.
David, since they're remodeling,
They're going to remodel it anyway. They're going to.
Since they're remodeling the apartment complex, and the number one thing people do sit there for defects in the wall is get the blue painter's tape and just rip off a little sliver and put it there like there's a mark there in the wall. So what you do is go get a whole bunch of blue painter's tape and go through the whole apartment and put it all over the place. Like, here's a defect, here's a defect, here's a defect.
Oh, like when they do that, I got a roll of that. I paid $8 for a daggone roll of that tape.
And they're driving nuts going, did we remodel this? What are we doing in this? What's all this? What's all this tape up here? They're driving nuts trying to figure it out for.
Well, all the electrical outlets. I could put a piece of blue tape over the electrical outlet, make it look like an electrical system.
Make them go nuts.
Yeah. They'll be like, all right, who marked this as defective?
Yeah.
That's a great idea. So that's what they do when these buildings get inspected. They take that blue tape.
Mhm.
For finishes, what they do is for final finishes, and all you got to do is do that. Drive them nuts.
Yep.
And they'll walk in your place, and go, wait a minute, did we do this already?
Yeah.
How did the inspector beat us in? No, this guy just moved out. What's going on?
What's up?
Take a Sharpie and draw
What's going on?
draw cracks
You gotta pay more attention. That's like the third time we ignored Tessa.
in the wall. That somebody just drew the cracks.
You gotta get her up here on a panel anyway.
I'm gonna pop it in.
Oh, you gave me a great idea, Tom. I'm gonna have fun with this, and I'm gonna make a video.
Video it. Actually, the best thing to do is if you get them, you get the reaction of the workers when they go in there to demo your apartment. Going, wait a minute, this is all inspector's little.
Oh, you
a little sliver. All you do is tear off a little sliver, and you put it somewhere.
haven't heard that part of the story, Tom. It's no workers. I thought they were going to come in here with demolition, put a dumpster out, all that. All they're doing is it's a father and son. The father's the owner. The son looks like he's about 18 years old. And they're just using 2 pickup trucks, and all I see going in and out are like sheets of plywood, a 5-gallon jug of paint here, a gallon jug of this there.
Oh, I wonder if they're doing something.
They're not doing a renovation.
No, David,
Jesus,
this was crazy. This was
Moses,
crazy.
that
This was
Abraham
crazy
hit
back
me with a
here.
wiffle ball bat.
No, this was a craze going on back here several years. Is these companies would go in and buy up an apartment complex, and then gut the buildings. Exactly. Just leave the 4 walls, the floors. If it was 2-story building, leave the 2nd floor, but gut everything in it. And then they redesign it and turn it into like maybe a two-home condo unit, and we're selling them for condos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. Teresa, links in the links in the chat there. Jump up.
No, it'd be one thing if they were coming through here and doing a first-class renovation, but they're not. They're just They're just making it. It's basically like flipping the place.
No, they're just doing mascara and lipstick and moving on.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now we got some good eats here.
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait. All right, now do it. Oh, look at that.
What do you got? What kind of pie is that?
It's egg souffle.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Egg souffle.
Cajun style.
Cajun style.
No, it's got jalapenos and sausage in it too. You know.
Okay.
I don't do that French souffle thing. You know. I do the coon ass souffle.
But Ed, you had a couple of barbecues this summer with brisket parties?
I've already had 2 brisket parties myself.
Oh man.
You said that earlier.
Mhm.
I heard you.
But I usually have, I mean, we get anywhere from 15 to 20 people here, and I've had zilch this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, last one we had, there was 83 people there.
Man.
Yep. Yep.
You
Yeah,
might see me turn up at one of those.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? Hang on.
Oh,
I'll be back.
we're hanging.
I know my aunt.
I was talking to somebody at work today. They had their parents or somebody owned a place in Alabama, and I can't remember the name of the place. But it's like, do I want to get away from the New Yorkers, or do I want to get away from the Californians?
Yeah.
I just live in the middle, and I tell them both, keep going, keep going, keep going.
I have nothing against people from New York.
No.
But I know a lot personally. I know a lot of people from New York, and I like them well and everything. But they're basically moving. They give you 2 reasons depending on who you ask. One is the weather, and one is the taxes.
Well, yeah. Well, that's like we have a few of them here that's living. 3 of them moved in the neighborhood. One's from New York, the other 2 are from California. And the only thing we said to them at the last city hall meeting, just remember, you left California and New York for a reason. You leave that shit there.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's the very same conversation I was having yesterday with somebody. It's like they brought
There's a reason you left.
and they brought the shit down here with them.
No, that's they tried that. They tried to do that here, and we said, look, best thing we can tell you right now, we'll buy your property back and you haul your ass back to California because we're not doing that shit here.
Well, they won't have them in California. They say you left, you can't come back.
No, I'm just saying because we told them, just think, there's a reason you left. Leave this shit behind. You know, I always tell people, how did that happen? I said, look in the mirror and point at the person looking back. That's how it happened.
You know, they vote too.
And California, in the rocket scientists that they've elected for politicians,
I didn't try it yet.
can't figure out why the hordes of people are leaving the state.
Mm.
Well, hello. Can you say taxes? Everything.
Mm.
Oh, you want us to pay taxes? Yeah. And then they come down here and everything goes up. The real
I mean, they turn around, they take my same house. My house is 22 stories, 4-bedroom, game room upstairs, 2,400 square feet with a 2-car garage. Okay, they take this, the same house in California goes for almost $750,000.
Yep.
They sell that. Okay, they come here and then they buy this, which now is on the market for maybe about 330, 340, maybe 350.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. And then they get rid of all California bullshit and taxes. Then they come here and figure, well, we're going to start voting the way we did in California. And then we got to, wait a minute. You're not in California anymore.
You didn't catch it fast enough.
This is Nevada.
Well, we called it here, man. We told them, no. Oh, hell no.
That's why I want to move down there. I mean, I'll live with I'd pick the hurricanes over the mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything like that. I don't want taxes. I want people to leave me alone. You know, I don't want.
Well, see here, if you're a landowner and your land is 5 acres or less, you can homestead it. You don't pay a dime of taxes.
Sign me up.
There's just, and the reason they do that because they figure after 5 acres, you're getting into commercials.
Yeah, so under 5, you're domestic, residential. Yeah. I'm all for that.
Now, up until the last big boom in Nevada, is you were allowed to take, if you were a homeowner, and I was twice in this valley, you were allowed to do homestead. And I homesteaded my first house, and I homesteaded this house. But after the crash and everything, I don't think you're allowed to homestead anymore in the state.
No, because they had to figure a way to bail themselves out.
Yeah, that's when.
More taxes. Yeah.
But we're pulling out of that here. The real estate values are creeping up.
Yeah. Yeah, because here in this area, an acre is going for about 18. 18.
I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down there. When's the next plane?
There's a 1 point.
I remember when it was when I bought this, it was $900 an acre.
There's a 1.5 acre. There's a property that's 1.57 acres, and it's in a like urban area. It's not a city necessarily, but it's urban.
Yeah.
And it's what do you call it? You can put business or residential on it, and they want 89.9.
Just for the land, just for the property.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Well,
Hey, it's been surveyed.
I remember when I was 1972, I was sitting there and hear my grandfather telling me, sit there and he said, "You're single, you're making that big chunk of government money." Yeah, right. In the Air Force. He sat there and he says, "Start buying land." And I go, "What do you mean?" He said, "Just start buying land."
yeah,
So
so think of it.
I'd listen to my grandfather every now and then because he did have sometimes he had some words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And so I went out to what the intersection, which was at the time nothing, but was it Craig Road and Rancho, and there was nothing. It was all desert. Rancho was a 2-lane highway taking you up to Mount Charleston.
Rancho Cucamonga?
Rancho. Okay. property out there was going for $5,000 an acre.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Now
right.
it's what, 20 an acre?
You can mortgage it. This is 1972. You can mortgage it off and everything else, and own maybe about 4 or 5 acres as a lonely individual in the Air Force. Okay, fine and good. What's sitting there on that intersection right now is 2 major shopping centers.
Yeah. Yep.
Point being is, well, I listened to my grandfather on a few things.
Well, unless you're in China, you always got to remember this. Unless you're in China, they're not building any more land.
Yeah.
China is.
China.
They're building island after island because they're running out of room.
Yeah.
They're not creating any more real estate.
Well, they're running out of room. Anthony, they're running out of room in their coastal cities. You
Yeah.
go inland, you got room.
Well, yeah, but see, there's a lot of that's like here in Louisiana. There's a lot of land here that you can never buy or build on because it's
Tom, if you go inland in China, you know what they're doing? They're
Yeah.
flooding the Yellow River.
right. Exactly.
It's going to be the biggest reservoir, the freaking largest man-made body of water ever, period.
Right.
And there won't be another of its kind for a long time, if ever.
Yeah.
They're flooding the Yangtze River Valley right now, and it's going to take till like 2035 or 2050 to fill it.
Yeah.
It's freaking ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay.
But that's why nobody's moving inland in China. It's all going to be
We're making
underwater.
an ocean in the middle of the country. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Well, I mean,
essentially creating an inland
What's that
sea.
gonna
Yeah.
do to the earth as a whole?
Yeah, like I said, here there's a lot of land for sale, but there's a lot of land no one ever do because they, that's why they call Louisiana Sportsman's Paradise. There's a
Yeah.
lot of reserves that you'll never be able to build on or buy. So
Well, and the last thing I would want to do, and not to get me wrong,
right back and it's got 4 French doors down through it, and
Yeah.
on a monthly basis, dish, dish, dish.
mm-hmm.
Just hitting that glass.
Well, last time he got tired of having to call his insurance, calling insurance. The insurance got tired of it. The last time his insurance come out, they put glass this thick. Business glass. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Commercial glass.
Because that way the ball hit it,
Just bounce. Yeah.
Maybe make a little dent and put some of that liquid crystal stuff over it, and the silver thing, polish it off.
It actually has a film on the outside.
they put that liquid clear stuff in there and hit it with the UV
Fluid
light.
film.
Well, glass that thick is the only of it. It's all layers of highly buffed plastic on top of it that
Yeah.
brings it down.
Well, he said they could just
If you hit it, you're going to break plastic. So fill it full of clear glue and buff it out, and let's go.
Fluid film.
and put some.
Well, they got that new stuff you can put in there and hit it with a UV light.
Yeah.
Sand it down, you're done.
I had the dentist fix a tooth I had. I thought I'd really done something terrible to my tooth. I bit down on a pork
Yep.
chop, and there was a little tiny bone in it, and it chipped a little piece off the end of my tooth.
That little white stuff hit with the light, didn't it?
And he put a white compound on it and shined a light on it and fixed it.
Yeah, well, that same compound they make clear and they sell it to you now. You can feel a chip on your windshield.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. See, I hadn't been to a dentist in like 10 years, and it's like I was a little nervous that he was going to find this wrong. This dentist happened to be, his wife is very active in my church, and I didn't want to go to the dentist on my insurance.
Sorry, David. You have advanced periodontal disease. We're taking all your teeth.
Well, they will do that, and I was talking
Actually,
to.
that'd be cool because then I tell the wife,
And I was talking
take the baked potato, take the corn, put it all in a blender, put it up, and it's soup.
Well,
Yeah.
I was talking to whoever runs his office, and he had examined my teeth, and she knew what the outcome was. And I asked her, "Do I really need dental?" And she said, "No, you don't, because that's a scam. These dentists are kind of like." And I told her what dentist I was going to that was on my insurance, and she said, "Don't go to that dentist, because that dentist will tell you you'll need to have this done and need to have that done, and there's this wrong with your And I said, are you serious? They will tell you that? She said, yeah. I said, well, I'm just going to keep coming to you guys and paying out of pocket because I know you're not going to do that.
Yep. Telling you.
And they're charging me half price. But he fixed that tooth in 10 minutes. And then I came back a week later and had him do the cleaning and had them clean him and do their exam and everything.
This stuff works really good. This Scotch super glue works a little too good. I freaking glued my fingers to the freaking container like 2 or 3 times, and now I have this nice freaking like hard coating on my fingers.
Well, Tom would appreciate this. I was
Sit
talking
there before you become a burglar. Dip all your fingers in the super glue and don't touch nothing. Let them dry off, because guess what? You ain't going to leave fingerprints.
It removes your fingerprints. That's how they discovered a way to find fingerprints. But it was a factory that was making that stuff, and they were filling the tubes up with the glue, and they could see that there were fingerprints on the insides of the tubes of the glue.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was something in that glue that would make fingerprints show up on things. So when the police come to check for fingerprints, they use a chemical that's similar to that.
It's the fumes.
Yeah.
The fumes, it'll make those fingerprints.
The super glue that was heated, the fumes would sit there and hit to the oil that is the green oil for the fingerprints.
Yep.
I guess the people that worked there had to wear gloves or something like that so they wouldn't.
Yeah, and then they take a sliver of plastic and lift the print.
Mm-hmm.
A little piece of them. Say, is that your fingerprint? No. Hey, it matches.
Well,
So I know somebody went to church one morning and it was all broken into and the door was all busted up and all that.
But you got to
Mail
remember,
was all over the floor and everything. And they couldn't find cash anywhere because we don't keep cash in the building. They found checks. Well, they put all the checks were there. They put them all in a row. But anyway, the police came and they checked for fingerprint. They couldn't find anything conclusive. They never found a fingerprint.
but the funny thing is,
They're like 16-year-old kids that come in and they break into a place just to find money.
but you got to remember that same technology could be used to screw you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can take and lift a print off of you and then go somewhere and kill a motherfucker and then leave it on, take that film and smear it on there and lift it. And then they think it's your ass.
And that fingernail you bit off in my house and spit on the floor, I'll take that too and put it at
That has DNA.
give some good DNA with it.
Scrape some hairs off my truck seat when you was riding with me.
I've heard of them getting DNA off of a cigarette butt.
Oh man, you'd be surprised where you get DNA off of people.
You get touch DNA now. Now they got it down, refined so much. You got touch DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
tell you this, my friend's brother got sent to prison for a robbery that he did. He stole a cash register, and they found a little bit of blood on the edge of the cash register that cut him.
Yeah.
And, well, when he brought it out in the woods and busted it open, that's when it cut him. And they had that as evidence, and he's just like, it never happened. It never happened. Oh yeah, it took a while, but they finally matched his DNA to that freaking cash register, the blood on the cash register. They finally matched it. And he's just like, okay. When they finally told him, no, it's conclusively yours. You want a deal now? He's just like, yep, let's go. He didn't even argue anymore. He's just like, yeah, let's go.
Columbo would almost have the case solved, and then he would say, oh, and one more thing. Solve it.
Listen, while we're here on this, why don't we do this? Yeah.
I've watched every Columbo they made.
I used to ride around my uncle, and he was a detective. And let me tell you, you'd be surprised how many people tell on their own stupid self just from a bluff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally amazed at how many stupid people take DNA out of the equation. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've been watching some of these real old crime series. How
Yeah.
stupid are some people sitting there going, well, he killed her in his bed, in his apartment, and he wrapped her up in the quilt that his grandmother made him, and he sat there and threw her in the river that was 3 miles away from his apartment.
With the blanket still on her.
Then all he did was take the mattress and flip it over so the blood stain wouldn't be seen from the top.
Yeah.
I'm a rocket scientist.
Well, they incriminated themselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
If they could give all that detail about how.
Yeah, but you got to think about a third of any homicide, crime, and all that is done in the heat of passion. It's not planned.
Yeah.
And when you do shit in the heat of passion, you're going to make mistakes. Because one, you're not thinking clearly. You know.
Okay, the heat of passion incident that you just did was kill, let's say, your ex. All right, that's done. All right, now the heat of passion's over. Start thinking stuff out rationally to get your ass out of here. If not, you're in the Gray Bar Hotel.
Yeah, you got to watch. Hey, best advice for you: watch the series from HBO, Sopranos. It'll teach you how to calm yourself, think outright, and chop the body.
Yeah. Anthony, I got the DVD set. I'm good.
Well, you know, these reality shows, people say, oh, that's pretty neat. And I say, yeah, it's kind of neat and it's dangerous at the same time because now you're teaching idiots how to be foolproof fucktards.
Yeah. But there's so much that they
cut out.
Yeah, but these cops watch the same fucking shows. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I seen like the cop's doing an investigation. He's got his little freaking like notebook and he's looking over shit. And he's just like, dude, I've seen this episode.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's in the middle of doing his job. He's like, this is an episode of CSI.
Last week, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
This was on CSI. Damn
That's when the cop goes, oh, you watched season 2, episode 24, didn't you?
Yeah. You have Discovery ID right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know that old mafia saying, no body, no crime.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just left town, man. You know.
Jimmy who? Jimmy Hoffa? Never heard of him.
Yeah. That's a prime example of someone that vanished.
Go north. Yeah. Go north. Look at mine holes. See what you see down there. If you can go down that far.
Oh, the old ventilation shafts. There's probably a couple skeletons in them. Some bitches. What happened to Tom? I don't know. He was out there in the field and just.
Where's the vent and smell like a dead body? I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, the time they find you, they're like, well, he must have been walking out there and slipped in. Oh, well, yeah, but he's got a knot on the back of his head. Well, he did that on the way down.
The jagged rocks coming out, he was banging his head.
Yeah. It was at 60.
We were standing up here actually counting them as they were going down. Isn't that number 6, Jethro? No, that's number 8.
Yeah. He bounced 60 times. That 60-footer. Yeah.
That was what was the joke? We used to go up to a little town.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Tonopah, Nevada, and that was a mining town. And I sit there and go, well, if you ever want to get rid of anybody, well, you're in the right place, right time to do it up here in Tonopah, Nevada.
Well, that's what we used to tell the greenhorns offshore. I said, hey, bro, don't be pissing off the first mate and the captain, bro. Think about it. You're 800 miles offshore. Things can happen.
International waters.
Yeah. You know, well, no, it's like, well, where's Tom? Well, he was back there fishing the last time I seen him. He must have slipped off.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Is he in the head?
And time they find you, there ain't going to be no evidence. There'll be crabs coming at your ass. Or you wash up on the shores of China. You know,
why does he have a huge 3-foot wrench sticking out of his ass?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he fell out the mechanical stairs. Right before he hit the edge and bounced in, the wrench went up his ass.
You know that rack on the side of the staircase where we had the wrench stored?
Yeah. I was wondering where that wrench went.
Falling down that and sat there, and his head hit that rack. You know where the head, where the wrench was. His head hit in there, and then top it down the rest of the steps
Wait, you forgot one ingredient.
on his head.
Tom, you forgot one thing. Y'all three got that? We got to have the same story or some similar.
Well, get it straight, guys.
Got to keep it within the perimeters. Don't make it look like we got exact copies, but at least, be around the same, Yeah, it was this pipe rack, not that pipe rack. Yeah.
What was that old? What was the game? Clue. Yeah.
Clue.
It was Mr.
It was the butler with the candlestick.
with the candlestick, and she was given what's his name head in the closet over there, and he was sitting there banging the maid up on the 3rd floor. Yeah, Clue. Wasn't that the game?
Yes.
Yeah, Clue. Love that game. It was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick.
Yeah.
He was a freak, all right.
Yeah. He loved them candlesticks, didn't he?
Professor Plum in the conservatory with a lead pipe.
Yeah. God, I remember that game. Yeah. What was that other one we used to play a lot? Payday.
No, for us in college, it was Risk.
Yeah, but you remember Payday?
Oh, yeah, I remember Payday.
Yeah.
But we played. I mean, in the 2 years I was in college, we burned through almost a board game and a half of Risk. I mean, we wore it out. It was. It was like probably the Millenniums with Dungeons and Dragons or whatever they were playing. Yeah.
Oh God.
No, that was Gen X. That's Gen X right here, baby.
Yeah, I remember.
That was our generation.
They were doing that when I was in
I
college.
had my two older boys. That's all they were into was freaking Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons.
I tell you right now, I got friends that still play D&D weekly. They get together and they play weekly.
Yeah.
They're in their 40s. They play weekly.
And that's until probably we were playing that game I with friends up until probably I want to say maybe 20 years ago, and we burnt through a board, and I got a brand new one for Christmas, and I've never opened it up.
Yeah.
Here,
what was that other game? I remember we burnt through like 2 or 3 of them. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I know it's a long ass game, but I like Monopoly. I was quite fond of that game.
Yeah.
I like Monopoly.
And I'll get you. Like back in the day, I would get you.
Yeah.
I would freaking get you.
Especially when you got them 2 corners. Oh yeah, there it is.
I got this for Christmas.
Yeah.
Probably about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've never opened it.
Yeah.
Or Stratego was another favorite.
Yeah.
I played Stratego quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
I don't play board games anymore.
Other than that game, the only other game I got into was a video game from Atari. Was Asteroids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I flipped the score in Asteroids.
You can't forget.
I flipped the score.
You can't forget, even before they had the electronic one, Battleship.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I only had the electronic one because I found it at a tag sale, and like a friend of mine actually gave me their version of it, and I'm like, hey, can I have that? And they're like, what? Oh, stupid Battleship? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's the only time I ever got the electronic one, and one of them didn't work. I don't remember which one didn't work, but I got it. But when I got it, but I did get it working. So
The only thing I hate about the first version that come out, you had to program where all your ships were.
Mm-hmm.
So if the guy on the other side hit it, it would make the And then you had the some bitches that would cheat and wouldn't enter the right coordinates. You be bombing all around, and you got one red mark and whites all around. You're going, hey, hey, hey. You lying son of a bitch. That ain't a ship with one peg. What the hell? The smallest ship had 2 pegs.
Exactly.
And now the new one, man, once you stick your deals in the board, I don't know if you've seen the new ones, the new ones. You stick your ships in the board, and then it automatically puts it in there.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
Oh, I didn't
cheating.
even get it for my granddaughters for Christmas or anything.
No cheating.
Yeah, that's
No
why they
moving
did
them
it.
ships.
No,
That's
no
the thing.
cheating
Once you
anymore.
put your ships in, you got to hit a button to let it know you're done. And if you pull one up during the game, it'll tell the other guy. It's got a cheater alarm on it.
That's all.
That
That's
sounds like a
that's
good.
awesome.
That
now
sounds
that
like.
I don't play board games. That's awesome. But damn.
I ought to give that to T Dub and see what him and his girls are going to end up.
They're not cheating
You
right now.
can't cheat.
Not cheating.
Well, actually, he's from old school, so he learned Battleship the old way. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I remember where you just stuck your ship, put your deals in there, you just wait for someone to
It's-
call it. You
Yeah,
go,
B1? No, there's no B1 there. This ship is over here.
yeah, B-42, miss. B-8, ah, shit. Yeah.
You guys want to stay on? We're getting up to 4:28. I'll stay on for a little bit more.
That's up
All
to
right.
you, man.
I'm
All
with
right.
you.
Give me a minute. I got to tap a kidney.
All right. Yeah.
I'll tell you one memory that really stands out clear in college. I had my freshman year, I had a roommate from Jordan,
Yeah.
and he brought a game with him. It was a chess game, and it was for PCs, you know,
Yeah.
or when PCs were just in their infancy. And
Yeah.
this chess game had a switch on it that you can switch from 120 to 240 volts.
Yeah.
And he had a 240 volt plug on the end of it. It was just 2 metal pins.
Yeah.
But their voltage over there,
It's
most
two-
of the voltage internationally is 240.
210,
He
20.
said,
Yeah.
and he had a 110 volt plug in his hand. He said, "Can you put this plug on the?" Yeah, I can do that, because at that point I had wired 3 houses.
Yeah.
And he said, "How did you do that? It's a miracle." So he could plug his game in 110 volts and go
Yeah.
on, because it had a switch. It could switch voltages.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
worked.
you remember the TVs used to be like that too. You had the voltage switch on the bottom. It still had the standard plug, but it had a 110 and a 240 little switch on the back of the TV.
Well, see, I'm watching this guy in Scotland. He, it's a big long name. It's called bigsomething.com, and it's all his.
Yeah.
He spelled the word dot out and all that. But anyhow, there's the two vertical slot plug that's on a lot of appliances, which is the standard in the US, is now called the international standard.
Right.
So you can have any voltage between 100 and 250 volts.
Yeah.
And a lot of things you buy, like the charger on your cell phone, please read the instructions. Don't quote me on this. A lot of things are meant to self-regulate. They will run on
Well, my
between
plasma
100 and 250 volts.
my plasma cutter is like that. It's a dual voltage. I can plug it into 110 or I can plug it into 240.
And yeah, so read your manual or your instructions, but it looks like that's what they're going to, is the plug that we're familiar with.
Oh yeah, Martin.
The 2 vertical blades.
Yeah.
You can get in any country. You can go to a drugstore or whatever and buy an adapter that will
Yeah.
adapt to that.
Well, see, like my plasma cutter has a regular plug for like 110. But if I want to put it on the 240 to get more power out of it, there's a deal. It plugs into it, and it's got the old like dryer plug on the other end. You slap it in there, go away with it. With a
There you go. You get some more power out of it.
When I got all my stereo equipment overseas, which is all running 220 and everything else,
yeah,
there were there was an indicator or I want to say maybe a fuse on the back that you could sit there and dial it from 220 down to you got to pull it out and then set it in for 120. And that was every piece of stereo equipment I got over there.
Yeah, you just take the fuse out, put the fuse in a different slot, and there you go. You're set up for the voltage, whatever voltage in that country that you're in.
Yeah.
But there aren't very many countries that are on 120 volts. You know, mostly
It's just us.
north.
It's just us. Everybody's on 220.
Every other country's on 220, and they got some most of the 220 countries have pretty much a standard plug, except for the UK. The UK has the two blades that go that way, and then they have what would be the ground. It's a lot of times it serves as ground, but it's some plugs that if it's a non-grounded plug, it has a plastic.
When I was in Thailand, everything we purchased over there, it was all wired for 220. You had to down it for 120 when you brought. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I had shipped back to the States that I'd sit there and it's just, and my brother be like electric razor. My brother be looking at me going, "What's this?" And I go, "Well, it's the downsize. It'd be a big little transformer.
Yeah.
Downsize it to 120." He goes, "Why? Everything over there is 220."
Yeah.
Well, they'll all run on now, and a lot of stuff now will run on both, and you don't have to worry about it. But just make sure you know what you're doing. Don't take your razor over there that's meant for 120 volts and plug it into a 220 volt outlet and blow it up. But
He had an interesting story coming from the UK when he went and visited Disney last year with all his electronic stuff and what he was doing.
Yeah.
well, you can buy a little transformer that will step the voltage down.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't plug an iron in it or a hairdryer in it, but it would work for most things, most of your electronic things.
Yeah.
But it changes from their voltage down to our voltage.
They had what was called the PACAF catalog. It was Pacific Theater catalog when I was in Southeast Asia. And it was an Armed Forces RBX catalog that you can order from. But everything you're ordering from is in country. So whatever that electrical power or whatever, that's what you had to deal with and everything. And I'm getting all the stereo stuff shipped back to my dad and at his house in Chicago, in Northern Illinois. And he's, what's this? What's this? What's in? He was going nuts when I was sitting there shipping everything. When at the end of my tour, I shipped everything home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was going, and then when they sat there and I plugged it all in and everything else and blew out his windows in his picture room because my stereo liked 100 and some odd watts per channel and was undistorted. Yeah. I love my loud music.
I need to do the same thing you did, Tom, so I shall return.
And actually, I still have the speakers I got overseas.
Oh, yeah. I got a set of speakers in my living room. People come over and like,
And they're out in the back patio.
they're like, I ain't never seen speakers like that. And I said, you won't either. Those come out of Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of the old speakers you used to get with the old 1960s, 70s stereos. Yeah.
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 The tall ones that you look and they're.
Hang on.
Okay.
The camera.
Here we go.
See, that's hard to zoom this. Yeah, I ain't got enough cable. Hang on.
Okay.
See him over there on the side of the TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see 'em. I used to have Kenwoods like that.
Yeah. Well, those are, I can't even pronounce the name, but it's got a 10. It's got a 8-inch mid-range. It's got a 4-inch high, and then it has a horn tweeter in between the two smaller speakers. Yeah.
You can Google this. There were Kenwood 777s. That's what we called them by. And it was from Kenwood. And and we got them, and they were the best speaker. They were under $100.
Yeah.
It was a 15-inch woofer.
Yeah.
The 4-way. Oh, it was an awesome speaker.
Well, that's what I like about them, and I still have them because I can go over there and grab that dial and crank it all the way up, and it's not distorted at all because it's built to handle it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
oh, look at this! Look at this!
Damn, he's been busy.
Well, I told
Oh,
him
my
I
goodness.
ordered I ordered Anthony. I ordered like 25 or 30 of them from him a little bit ago. I passed them out around Christmas, trying to generate a business for him. And I told him I got rid of most of them, and I'm going to need some more.
Yeah.
Oh, we need some oranges and some other stuff, Cap. Come on. We'll take. Oh, black ones might be cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's why I like.
I don't have any blues, and I only have one orange.
Okay.
I know I have to diversify, but this is what I already have. I haven't made any in a long time. This is just, just what I already have.
We'll deal with what you have. We'll take what you got.
Yeah.
Well, right now there's 56 on this tray. This is
All
just
right.
your standard baking sheet.
Well, 56. Tell me how much for the 56, and we'll work from there.
You'll even throw in the baking sheet.
Hey, what do you think, guys?
And Cap, you can keep your baking sheet.
Do you think I should give this guy the frickin' the Christmas discount?
Yeah, of course he's buying in bulk. You should gift wrap.
Oh, don't give crap.
Playing from the
Go
wall.
on Walmart, I did my Walmart order today because I had to get my chili. That's the only store that sells the chili I like. And actually Publix does, but it's $1 more a can than Publix. But anyhow, they put a little box next to it, some of their items. This qualifies as a gift. I don't want to send chili to somebody that's been gift wrapped. It's like about just about everything I looked at. This qualifies as a gift. It's around Christmas time, so they're going to gift wrap it for them.
Oh yeah.
Like Amazon's always done. Now Walmart.com is going to start.
Well, actually, I just got these from Amazon, and the wrap,
See that big one?
sealed the envelope, sat there and turned around, and it was Christmas orientated.
Oh yeah, well everything will have Christmas. The boxes will be taped up with Christmas tape and everything.
Mhm.
But I don't feel so bad about. I used to frown on that. Stores having all the Christmas junk out right after Halloween and all that. But things are so different this year because of this COVID. I don't see anything wrong with spreading. A lot of people aren't going to get to go home for Christmas or anything. What's wrong with spreading a little cheer a little early?
I'm gonna make Crystal wear a pair of green and red panties, and I'm gonna say that spread the Christmas cheer.
Well, Ian lost his job, and his last day when he went back to work to pick up his personal items out of his desk and everything, he wore a Christmas T-shirt on purpose because he wasn't going to see his employee, his coworkers at Christmas time. So, but he did lose his job, so send him a message, and
Here's some bigger ones.
There you go.
Yeah. Those are cool.
Yeah.
That'll make the price go up.
David, you're not helping the situation. Please.
Tom, that's when you're supposed to drop them in the basement.
No, I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll pay the difference.
Here's a tiny one. This one's barely bigger than the magnet that's on it.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you a good one.
Actually, too bad Pat's arms aren't full of titanium. That would be neat to stick to his arm.
Cling.
In the old days when they made them from steel.
Titanium.
Yeah, well, I'm going for effect here, guys.
Yeah, I want to hear a good one. My buddy got
We'll make you big, Anthony. Here we go.
No, I was gonna say my buddy got pulled over about 2 days ago, and the funny thing is, he's excluded from his insurance. Okay. Well, when the cop pulled him over, he was driving, and the cop just asked for a registration and proof of insurance. Well, he hands it to him, and the cop just basically wanted to make sure there was insurance on the car. He wasn't looking for details.
Yeah.
And the cop was sitting there, and the cop was already telling him, "I'm just going to write you out a warning. Slow it down."
Yeah.
Out of the blue, his wife goes, "Oh, did you tell him you're excluded from the insurance?"
Oh, she didn't.
Yeah, right in front of the fucking cop.
You should never do that. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here in North Carolina, you
No.
the law here in North Carolina,
Not even.
you have to carry a license and insurance. Okay.
Well,
You have to carry proof of your insurance with you.
right. Yeah. I mean, but the thing
But-
is,
But the odd thing is, here in North Carolina, they have your proof of insurance on your registration. When your registration card has
they do here now. They
Yeah.
don't have to ask you for it because it automatically comes up. And if you don't have it, your car gets impounded right then and there.
Yeah, well, that's so they can enforce the law, but they already have it in the computer. I
Yeah,
mean,
nice racket.
that's just one of those laws that's
Yeah, but they keep people off the street that don't have insurance.
Yeah, but
It stopped all the lawsuits. Yeah.
they can check to see if you have the insurance because they have it all on.
Well, here, if you drop your insurance, you have 30 days to turn your tag in. If not, they flag you. And
Yeah,
if
here they'll
they impound the vehicle and you go to jail.
well, here they only charge you $50.
No, not here. No, driving without insurance is $500 fine, first offense.
Wow.
Well, I don't know about driving without insurance, but if you don't turn the tag in within a certain
Oh yeah, well here they flag your license.
well, when you go back to renew your registration, to renew your tag, they'll put a $50 charge on there. They call that a hold. They'll put what they call an insurance.
Well, actually here
That bond,
they don't do fines. They suspend your license. If you get caught driving on a suspended license, you go to jail.
oh, this is
Hey, we gotta go. I gotta go.
All right,
On. Everybody's on.
all right.
Tom,
Let's go.
Andy.
Broadcast.
ready,
On.
huh?